Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Streamcast. I'm Wolverine, and I am joined by
Darth Maul.
Ooh.
Mm.
And the fat dobber himself, Thor, right here.
Yes, the fat dobber. And we've called this emergency pod meeting because we've just had a fantastic Sony showcase. The 9th of September will be remembered for the rest of the year as that day where we got that showcase. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to break it down. But before we get too deep into this, just want to let you know that you can listen to this podcast on almost any platform out there. That includes Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If we don't currently air our episodes where you like to listen to your podcast, please let us know. Twitter and or Instagram streamcast_. And if your platform allows you, please give us a rating because it helps us out greatly. Now, let's get into it. Do you guys want to do this chronologically? Or do you want to do it match of the day style where we talk about the biggest points first and then just go down like that?
Let's do it chronologically because I feel like the whole showcase hit me like a hurricane and I don't know which way it's up. So much stuff happened.
Isaac, what about you?
No, I'm up for that. That works for me.
Cool. I was hoping you'd say the other option because I don't remember which order it was done in.
Why would you ask us what we... Why would you ask?
Under the guise of diplomacy.
There's like a sketch. I don't know if you've seen it, where the guy is like, would you like death or cake? And he's like, well, I'd have some cake. And he's like, fresh out of cake. Then why would you ask?
Yeah, I mean, maybe the guy would pick death and then it wouldn't be awkward.
Yeah. But sometimes you go to a shop here and you want a specific type of food and they don't have that. It happens.
But why would you tell me? Why would you ask me?
It doesn't matter because it's what the majority wants, so we're going to do it.
Actually, do you know? No, I'm with Akira. Sorry, Andy. I'm with Akira. Because once upon a time, I was on Just Eat, and then I ordered something, and I was really excited to have this like chocolate fudge cake along with my pizza. I was like, yeah, this is great. Really, I didn't want the pizza. It was just there, so I'd be full. And then they call me up before delivery comes. Like, no, we can't give you the chocolate fudge. We can replace it with something. I was like, no, I want the chocolate fudge. We can replace it. Just give me the refund then. So pissed off. Didn't even enjoy the pizza. So, yes, don't give people options if they're not allowed to have those options.
Exactly.
First world problems.
Yeah, pretty much.
You are allowed to that.
Listen,
I'm just saying that if I had if I was given the choice, I'd go the other way. But I am listening to you, and we're going to do it chronologically. It's not that deep.
I only say this because I only care about the last bit, which is why I'm like, it's only fair to do it chronologically.
Otherwise, we're only going to talk about like one game this whole time.
3.
So...
Yeah, maybe 3.
I don't know.
Okay, let's get into it. This showcase started off with a really weird but a unique version of chess, it seemed. We saw a bit of God of War, we saw a bit of Horizon referenced in this, and I'm pretty sure if I saw anyone else do this, I'd be like, what are you doing? Why are you wasting my time? But because it was PlayStation, I was kind of like, it's kind of cool. I see it. And, you know, they had a diverse range of people starring as different, I guess, chess roles, chess positions. So, yeah, pieces. That's so, yeah, it was all right, but don't need it. Don't do that again, please.
I was very confused with the intro, to be honest. Like, if I didn't know what I was here for, I wouldn't know from the intro what was going on. But I was like, how did they manage to do this? We're also in a pandemic. What's going on? But rules do not apply for big money people. So,
exactly. Any thoughts, Isaac?
I missed the first 5 minutes, and now I don't regret it. So thanks, guys.
All right, let's move.
I mean, you can go and rewatch it if you like.
Not after that.
Did we not do a great way of telling you to go watch it?
I think you summed it up so perfectly, I don't have to.
That is a professional answer.
Thank you.
I love that. Well, the first thing we got was Knights of the Old Republic getting a remake confirmed. This does nothing for me, but I believe, Akira, this is something that you're interested in.
Yes, it made me want to go and buy a lightsaber until I went online and realized they're like £300. So I will probably be getting the game because the game is cheaper. But no, I do quite like the old Star Wars games. I particularly enjoy Star Wars Battlefront, so I'm willing to give this a chance. Plus, I'm Darth Maul. I like the Sith Lords and them ones. Chaos, pure chaos, unlimited power. That's what it is. That's what I'm here for.
Like
Just the
when they
vibe.
started that trailer, I was like, I know people love the game, but I was kind of disappointed because the way they started it, I thought we'd like have this whole new world where you'd get to play as a Sith Lord and just be the villain. Just because of like the guy they had and the way they were talking, and then I quickly realized this isn't happening, and I was like, bastards. Well, that's just my 2 cents.
I think we next got a Tom Clancy game, and I mean, how many times are they gonna use this man's name?
Rainbow
Mm.
Six.
I thought that was Alan Wake, not Tom Clancy. Or am I wrong?
Do you know? I don't know why we're trying to do this chronologically because it's just not happening.
It's not. We'll do the stuff that we remember.
Shall we tried?
So
Okay, fair.
they did do Alan Wake trailer as well,
which is pretty sick because I remember playing that like when I was in secondary school. So,
are you interested in this new game?
I think I might play it just for nostalgia reasons because when you look at I've seen some pictures side by side of the old graphics and the new graphics, and the change is just great. It looks so good, and also because it's been like a decade, I can't remember how it goes, so I might be surprised.
Yeah, that's long enough to like forget the intricate details of a game.
I just genuinely remember like playing this in my school uniform, so that's a long time ago.
Did this do anything for you, Isaac? The Alan Wake stuff or the Rainbow Six stuff? Fair enough. We'll move on. Nope.
They're covering their bases for the people who like the first-person shooters because it's
yeah.
We saw what you liked with the previous Rainbow Sixes, and we're giving you another one.
Mm-hmm. Then we got Forspoken, which I really like this trailer because it built upon the stuff that we already knew. So we knew this is pretty much the game that they used to showcase the power of the PS5, the potential of the PS5, where they showed all the stalagmites and all of that stuff. And now they've given it a bit more seasoning, a bit more flesh. And now we know a little bit more about the main character. It seems she's been transported into this alternate world, and she wasn't very popular on Earth. So she's shown to be like a traveler with her cat. And she specifically says, I want to go somewhere where they love cats. So I'm not sure if that's going to be an intricate part of the plot or if that's just a throwaway line. But I love the fact that we're getting a Black woman lead. It's well overdue. It's stuff that they should have been doing 10, 20 years ago. But, now is better than later. So I'm excited for this. The gameplay mechanics look really good. I think we're getting more of an action adventure game than an RPG from the looks of things. And yeah, the game looks like it's going to have tons of personality. And it's going to be out in spring. So you don't have too much longer to wait. Anyone have any thoughts on Forspoken?
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. As having a Black female character as lead, it's clear PlayStation knows what side their bread is buttered because we have money and we would like to use it.
Yeah. Isaac?
I'm just like online, just looking for a recap over it because I sort of forgot. But yeah, I saw it and I was like, I definitely want to give this a stab. I wouldn't say I'm fully sold yet, but I think I'll try it and see what it has to offer.
Also, the graphics look mad because there's dragons in there and shit.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about it. Dragons, you got superpowers. Like, this is... They know what they're going for. You could easily get the Skyrim people in and the... What was that game we were talking about? Is it not in just... No. God. We literally spoke about this yesterday. There's 2 games, and in the second one, it's got the kind of skaterish dude with the hat.
Infamous
vibes.
Yeah.
I was getting a combination of those 2 games vibes.
I hear the Infamous shout.
Yeah.
Yes, I see it.
Nice. If there's a good story, go on.
Then go on.
No, I was just gonna say, like, it does look good. I just need to know what the story is, and if that's banging, I'm sold.
Don't get too sold because we need to create a budget personally for this because it's a very expensive looking showcase.
True, yeah.
I really liked when the main character said, now I'm fighting dragons, and just that one line and actually seeing the dragon you're fighting, it really sold me on the game, because this seems like a power fantasy game that we've seen so many times, but because they diversified the cast, it's completely different. It's a fresh, look on things. And that's what I want. I want games that have people that look like me, that look like us, but not just token games, where we're basketballers or we're gangsters. Like games where we can be nerds and free and have all of this nonsense happen. This is what I want.
I want to be a Sith Lord, but
Mm-hmm. You can
Wait,
be a
you got
Sith
that
Lord
game?
in Old Republic, can't you?
I'm pretty sure you can.
Okay, sweet.
yeah.
Is
See,
it single player or multiplayer?
free to
game?
do what we like.
I'm not sure about that. I can't lie to you. So, another game that got announced was Project Eve. And it's been described as PlayStation's Bayonetta, which is an interesting way to put it. And Akira actually mentioned Bayonetta several times while that trailer was going on.
There were some very
Yeah.
Bayonetta style
Yep.
shots in
Mhm.
there where she's
Yeah.
fighting. I don't know what she was
Yeah.
fighting. It's like, these are unnecessary positions to put yourself in, hun.
That cameraman is a bit mad. I'm
This
not gonna lie.
cameraman he's getting paid hourly because he was doing everything he could. He was like, I know what you guys want and I'm going to give it to you.
I loved it. I'm not completely sold, unlike Forspoken, but I am really impressed with what I've seen so far, and I want to know more. I might buy it, I might not, but promising so far.
In Project Eve?
Project Eve, yeah. Isaac,
Yeah.
do you remember this one?
Yeah, I do. All the various positions.
Well, that's why I thought it was Bayonetta. Because
I think just because it's called Project Eve and like there seems to be two main female protagonists and an antagonist going against each other. I don't know. I feel like it's probably a post-apocalyptic world where like she's the first human or the last human, but is a woman and has to save the day in some way, shape, or form. And I hope I hope the story is just really fleshed out, because the game could have the best like combat in the world, but I need something to keep me going. And yeah, if the gameplay is fun, again, I might be sold. So I need to get a second job and make sure I've got enough money for these games. They're not £30 anymore.
No, they're not. Oh my word.
I mean, not to out us, but like we should just all separately buy different games and then we could just rotate them, guys.
I mean, that's
not a bad shout.
It's a good idea.
My game just like dust.
Ghostwire Tokyo got a new trailer. I don't think we've got a release date yet, but it's still meant to be out next year.
Nice.
Early next year, I believe. So that could be anywhere between January and June. Excited for that. Akira has mentioned Gantz several times.
Because it's like Gantz.
Oh.
And I'm
obsessed with the Gantz film that's on Netflix. That's in my top 5 watched at least 20 times.
That film pisses me off so much.
That game is getting copped. I don't care.
They need to make more films. No, I love the film, but make more. Right. Why would you stop? It's right. So good. Like, what?
This is the same issue I had with the Resident Evil animated films. Why would you stop making them? Why is it taking you so long? Like,
but don't just tease us like this. There's so much more like source material. More, please.
It's so good. Really and just the monster creation and everything. There's so much creativity, especially the horror aspect that comes from Japan. It's like, I know you've got loads of source material locked up somewhere. Mm-hmm. Don't make me fly over there and unlock it.
The manga's terrifying at points because it really verges on this could be real. Even though it's such like fantasy and sci-fi, it's just heavily on this could happen. And if it did happen, this is exactly the way it would go down. There's no power of friendship. There's no saving the day. There's no Deus Ex Machina. If someone's going to get killed, you're going to get killed.
Like, no power of friendship.
None of it. I love it.
Are you telling me that none of us is going to be the chosen one? Because that is very unsettling news, mate.
Oh, wait. Film or Gantz? Sorry. Tokyo or Gantz? Tokyo Ghostwire.
Gantz.
Oh, yeah, Gantz. Yeah, there's none of that.
No. My backup plan.
But yeah, sorry.
Oh, I'm sold. Like from ages ago, I'm saving money, hun. If I'm not going on holiday this year, all that money is getting spent on games. I've had enough.
Makes sense. Makes
Yeah,
sense.
I mean,
Isaac,
as well.
how about you?
Honestly, it's a weird one. Like I was excited for Ghostwire, and then I stopped being excited because I didn't really know what was going on. I still don't know what's going on, but if it's like Gantz, then I guess I'm buying that too.
I mean, it is the perfect Halloween game, so it is a shame that it had to be delayed. But it's that old chestnut. I want a good game rather than a rush game. So
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. There'll
I
always
will
be
get
another
here when I
Halloween.
get here. I mean, yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Tiny Tina's Wonderlands really got another trailer and is now going to launch on the 25th of March. This looks so much like Borderlands. It is made by 2K and it has the same art style that I really like.
Mm.
It's got that kind of humor, like breaking the fourth wall kind of stuff. And I like it. I mean, I think I've seen it done better in like Deadpool and stuff, but I appreciate what they've done here, and I would like to give this a try. Any other thoughts?
I feel like it's one of the games I'd give a try. It's not exact. I've not played the Borderlands games, so that style of game maybe doesn't interest me as such, but it actually looks really fun and entertaining, so definitely one you'd give a go.
Yeah, I'd fully watch a Let's Play and I'm gonna stop it there. That's me.
Yeah, oh, those Let's Plays
That's
are so
fair.
good.
That's fair.
Let's Plays in that animation style is so good.
Yeah, really enjoyable.
GTA 5 got announced for the 25th time. They do not want to work on GTA 6, do they? Let
me tell y'all a secret. You ain't never gonna
You're
get
not getting
It's not
it.
gonna- yeah, it's not
You're not see what's happening. Read the news.
You want what? Nah, sorry to have that.
Yeah, don't care for it. This is like the third generation now. I'm tired. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy got a new trailer, but I don't know why, because it's coming out next month. We kind of know everything we need to know at this point. I think this could have been done in a separate showcase. I don't think this is the place for that. This is what I considered PlayStation's E3 thing. So like we wanted stuff that we either have been excited for and got nothing for years, or stuff that we know nothing about, like stuff that's about to come around, come out around the corner. I don't think this was the time for it. But what do you guys think?
I think they just included it as like a huge wrap up of everything they've got going on. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, you might have more time to sit down and watch a showcase than to follow up individually on all the different games that are coming out. So, sweet takes.
And why not put it in? Like, probably had time for it. So,
yeah.
What they're trying to do is they're trying to get you all excited. So you won't just buy one game, you'll buy several. So they're throwing everything they've got in there. Because, like, when we're taking your money.
It's true. It's true. On that note, definitely got a trailer, which is going to be out this coming week, I think. So 14th of September, it will come out. Again, same sentiments as Guardians of the Galaxy. Didn't need it, but I'm already sold. So I mean, didn't need it, but I'm so ready for it. I'm ready to play.
Okay, don't tell me what I need to know. I already know what I need to know.
I know
my
enough.
money is here. It's you that I'm waiting for.
Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy were getting upgrades confirmed. They're coming to the PC and the PS5. That's going to launch next year. I think we already have all the Uncharted games, so no interest in this.
Unfortunately, I have purchased all the Uncharted games, so I'm not going to purchase it again. But I like the sentiment.
Isaac, I don't know if you've played any of the Uncharted games. Is this something that speaks to you?
Not particularly. I think I played like half of the first one, and then I stopped because at some point I realized that I hadn't got the update to give me trophies, and I was like, nah, there's no point. I'm not working this hard for nothing.
You want me to plat this for nothing? Nah.
Fair enough.
Never that.
We got Vampire the Masquerade, which does nothing for me, but I really liked that it just looked so much like Vampire, the video game that I saw Akira play, and that is where it is for me. I'm not really sold on this. I'm not interested in this, it's just fine. You're not going to be interested in every game. So, but
I did play Vampire the Masquerade maybe 4 or 5 years ago, So to see it again, I like that they've kept up with the lore where it's not just one type of vampire. There's loads of different type of vampires running the city and stuff. So I think if you're into sort of the supernatural element of games, that's the game to go for. And if you enjoyed the original one, you'll probably enjoy this one. Not going to spend my money on it because I feel like I've already got several games in my basket and my mum's giving me the side eye. So
Okay, fair enough. We got a couple of indie games which didn't do anything for me, but I like that they went for the family as well. Young kids are gonna like that kind of game. Colorful, vibrant, and it would be silly for PlayStation to ignore the family market anyway. So yeah, I appreciate that what they're doing there. Gran Turismo 7 got announced, new trailer, but it's supposedly coming out in March. I really liked the first song they played in this trailer, like the classical music, and I need to find it on Spotify.
what song was that?
I have no idea, but I'm gonna find out after this.
Good song.
But other than that, I was like, my time with racing games has come and gone. I don't know what can change that, but racing games don't do anything for me, to be honest. Isaac, Akira, what about you?
Can't even drive, mate.
Can't drive in games, sorry. Waste of time. Might as well take public transport.
Yeah, underground's enough. Get me an underground simulator. Play that.
Oh, Matt, do you want to play trains?
Okay, let's
Trains.
move on. Now we are gonna get to the meat of the showcase. Marvel's
Oh, sorry.
Wolverine. We talked about E already.
Yeah, no, you said me at the show. Hey, go on. Marvel's Wolverine.
Oh, damn.
Dear.
No.
Oh dear. All right, Isaac's on a yellow card. Marvel's Wolverine has been announced, and the possibilities are endless. Like the way they perfected Spider-Man in a game, for me, I cannot wait to see how Logan is gonna play in his game, and I think it's coming out 2023, or it's teased for that time. I cannot wait.
I feel bad for Wolverine, to be honest. This man is tired and they keep flogging him in every sort of media they can. It's like, no, I didn't tell you to stop dancing, Logan. It's time to go. But it's pretty cool. And I think if they get him in like the old Wolverine costume with the yellow mask, then that's sorted. You got all the fans happy.
I think just the fact that it's in the hands of Insomniac, mate, I was happy. Because I think they showed you Insomniac, then they showed you Marvel, and I was like, I'm buying this just instantly. And I thought the trailer was like really good as well. Because I was looking at it, and like you're in a bar and you see the back of this person, and I'm like, this is not a Spider-Man game, but Spider-Man's not that dense. Oh, go on.
I initially thought it was Deadpool because it reminded me of that scene when there's like a bar fight, and Deadpool needs to go and fight whoever it is that's got his girlfriend. And I was pleasantly surprised. I was never happier to be wrong in my life.
Yeah.
It was so cool, especially because obviously the Wolverine films have kind of settled down a bit.
It was the cowboy hat that gave him away, to be honest. I was like, yeah, that's not Deadpool's kind of accessory.
Not at all. And then the bruises on his hand as well. I was like,
yeah,
one person who,
yeah, that's when I realized, this is Wolverine. But I'm so excited. And as you said, Insomniac have not let us down, and Insomniac and Marvel are a perfect marriage.
Aww.
Yeah,
I cannot wait. Can't wait.
And because it's Insomniac, like this isn't an offense to Insomniac or anything, but like when it comes to the dark games, they're still really enjoyable. Like even Infamous, when you played the dark side, it was a lot of fun. Good side, of course, it's a lot of fun. But with Wolverine's a weird one. Like he is like dark and gloomy, and he does play part of a team, but he'd rather be a lone wolf. So I'm interested to see how they throw in that Insomniac charm and fun into a Wolverine game. And I know it's gonna work because it's Insomniac. And like, so for example, you know how like there's Fortnite, and then Fortnite will bastardize your favorite characters. You have Insomniac, who will do justice to some of your favorite characters. So like, even in Spiderman, there was like the Wakandan embassy, and I was like, that's fucking sick. Like, what's that doing there? All their games are. Do you know, I love Insomniac. I always loved Insomniac games. They're sick, all right? I think they started off with Spyro, and from then as a kid, I was like, yeah, Insomniac are banging. And they didn't give us much in this trailer, I'd say, but boy, I've set aside some money, and that belongs to Insomniac.
Yeah, they didn't need to give us too much because no one saw this coming, other than people who were working on it. No one predicted this. So yeah, you only need to give us a little bit. Like even the bruised knuckles was enough, but you know they gave us the full-on title, and Insomniac have really been the MVP for PlayStation Studios.
100%. And to be fair, to go back on your point about, you know, only the people at the studio might know, I doubt even everyone at the studio knew, because Cory Barlog didn't know about God of War Ragnarok. So I mean, it's a tightly guarded secret, you know.
I mean, we'll get to that.
Just the idea of him being like, "Pardon? I'm sorry, what?"
I don't know.
Insomniac also announced Marvel's Spider-Man 2, and if you want to know, that says it all. If you want to know our thoughts on the first Spider-Man, you could check out our third podcast, I think it is, where we review Marvel Spider-Man. That's just us gushing over the game for an hour and a half, and your prediction came through, your wish list. We're getting Venom in the sequel. Talk to me.
Like, do you know, it's not just Venom though, it's Kraven. And when I was younger, like, you know, there was one Spider-Man comic I read, and it was Kraven and Venom, and Kraven was trying to just hunt Venom down, and he did it. He got him. Like, Kraven is a force to be reckoned with. And there was a line that I really enjoyed. Actually, no, I lied. Kraven got beaten. Venom won, and then Venom said to Spider-Man, like, "What will you do? Will you just walk away, or will you let your most hated villain? Will you save your most hated villain, or will you walk away?" I'm not doing this line justice. Ignore that point. It was a really good line as well, because basically what he does is he saves Kraven, who is his enemy, but he leaves Venom to die. Obviously, Venom doesn't die, but and ignore that. Anyways, yeah, I'm really excited for this because you've got Kraven, who I really enjoyed the 90s Spider-Man, and I can't wait to see more of him, because I guess he's an underfunded Batman when he fights, because he's very clinical. He knows what he needs to do, and he will hunt you down. And the fact that you've got Miles Morales and Spider-Man working together in this game, yes.
Yeah.
I hope it's a case where you can like pick which one you want to like choose.
Yeah,
and so that way you could literally play the game twice and just get like so much bang for your buck. The fact that we've got Venom, which means we're gonna get a Venom suit, and I don't know if only Peter Parker will get the Venom suit, or if Miles Morales might, you know, get a shot in the suit as well. But I'm looking forward to it, because the Venom suit has always been like my favorite suit. I love it when Parker gets the Venom suit, because he's such a selfless guy. It's nice to see him be a dick for once. When I say dick, I mean, you know, take care of number one for a little bit, because he should. He gets shat on so much, but he does so much for New York, and he absolutely loves it. So I think it's fair that he gets to shit on New York a little bit himself. Why not? Web of Shadows, you can be a villain in that. You can take over New York, and it's one of the best Spider-Man games I've ever played. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to where Insomniac takes this game, because they literally have all of Spider-Man's toys. We got Miles Morales, we got Spider-Man, we got Venom, got Kraven, and so many others probably. It's not going to be these 4 characters. There's going to be so many others in this game, and I cannot wait. And I hope it's like an 8-hour long game. Like, I don't want to put it down, but I really hope it's a long game.
Oh, Akira, did you have anything you want to say about this?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. I am so excited for this game. I cannot even express it in words. Like, in the trailer, when we saw Peter Parker, I was like, yeah, cool. I'm so ready for this. I'm so ready. And then I saw a Miles Morales suit, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm gas fam. All right. So, there are going to be combos in this game, yeah? You're going to do tandem offense. That's so sick. And the combat in the first game was like sublime. There's no other word that I could put for it. I hope that there is either the choice of online or local multiplayer, so one person can be Parker and the other person can be Morales.
Y'all gonna be fighting over Morales, and
I mean, I don't mind either way. To be
Yeah, I
honest.
don't care either way.
There's no
They're
else.
both a lot of fun. Yeah.
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 Man, I'm so excited. I think this is coming out for 2023. This game is already pre-ordered. Don't ask me how. Insomniac, thank you very much.
Thank you for respecting the budgets, guys.
Insomniac have a chokehold on my wallet, yeah? Like, they've got direct debit set up already. It's not nice.
It's not even like that. They're not even asking for your money at this point. Their hand is in your pocket, taking your wallet out.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's
go
fine.
for it. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
go on.
That's
Go on
yours.
then.
That's yours.
Go on then. Just give me the game. And then, when we thought it couldn't get any bigger, when we thought it couldn't get any better, we got God of War Ragnarok.
Oh, I wasn't expecting it. I didn't think they'd put it in.
I thought they had to. I feel like there was certain wording that they used to promote this show that meant Ragnarok is going to be in the show.
I don't think you would have allowed them to finish the show without showing some God of War, because you would have been on speed dial.
Well,
to say what's going on.
To be fair, they just had a state of play not too long ago, and they were like, "We're getting no new PS5 stuff, none of that." So I'm understanding.
I'm not.
I am so excited. But Akira, as the newest member of the Streamcast to discover why God of War is so great, tell us about why this announcement means something to you.
Well, I'm actually sad because my son is growing up.
Yeah, right before your eyes.
So good. Yeah.
I knew at some it made sense. Obviously, he's gonna grow up. I was like, my boy.
Well, he's a big man
He's now a teenager.
His voice is breaking.
It broke. Yeah, I was like,
It broke.
I'm so happy that they followed Atreus, and they didn't get a new kid to be Atreus.
Exactly. That's what I'm happy about. They still use the same voice actor. You need to give him his coins, okay? Because that's my child. So don't give me another child. I'll know it's a different one.
He did such a good job in the first game, so it's only right that he gets to come back again and be the coolest kid in school. So
I'm really excited.
Isaac, talk to me.
I mean, just to go back on that Atreus point, when they showed him for a split second, I was like, oh, he's older, and then because he was far away, he didn't seem taller, because he's still quite slim, his build. So I thought, oh, never mind, he's still a kid. And then he started speaking, and I was like, fuck yes. Because here's the thing, it's not just the fact that he's a little bit older and he might have some new moves now. Because it's God of War, because it's following off from God of War 2018, we're going to get Kratos actually dealing with the teenager now. We're going to get Kratos he's dealing with someone going through their formative years.
Yes.
I know, right? There's going to be so many levels to this game, and I cannot wait for it.
I don't think about that. If he thinks the clapbacks are bad now, whoo!
Teenage angst.
Crazy to be with his acts were it not for the laws of the slam.
And I think the best part is, I know for a fact that Kratos is probably going to be wrong 50% of the time, and it's going to be him swallowing his pride, and at the same time Atreus, even though he's getting older and he thinks that he knows more than his dad, he's going to have to be like, let me listen to my dad on certain things. And they're going to get certain things wrong, because Cory Barlog, he's raising his son, and a lot of that has gone into this game, and I think we're going to see a lot of that reflect. Obviously his son isn't a teenager yet, but we're going to see a lot of that reflected in this game as well, and the consequences from the first game, which I won't go into because I know Akira haven't finished it yet, but some of the consequences in the first game, so for example the way it ended, they're going to come back, because we saw a certain scene, which I won't say too much, and that's only because Akira's here. Otherwise I would have been like, spoiler alert, and just flapped my gums all about it. But I can't wait for that, because everything they did in the first game, the repercussions and the consequences are going to come full circle in this game. But at the same time, they did make some allies. They did push things in the right direction. So they're going to meet some allies in this game. And for those of you who know about Norse mythology, a certain character was introduced. I think her name's pronounced Angrabanda. This is me not knowing my Angraboda. Yeah, it's me not knowing my mythology as well as I should. But I really love the fact that she's the same age as Atreus from what I've seen. Fucking love that. Absolutely
She's
love
a
that.
giant.
She's also a giant, yeah.
That's
But
pretty sick.
and I can't wait to see her interaction with Atreus, because for those of you who know the lore, yeah, like I'm so looking, and there's so many other things I haven't even touched on. Andy, please take it away.
I almost fainted. I was.
It was like living in a hen house. They're clocking.
I was so happy. It felt like a graduation of the game that was Game of the Year a few years ago. And it immediately looks better. Obviously, optimized for the PS5. But besides that, they built an amazing world, and now we're about to explore in that world. So there's a lot of stuff that they've referenced that I think is going to be more important than we realize. So we can use dog sleds, and we have 2 wolves leading the sled. And in the first game, there was a story that was read by Atreus where 2 wolves are going to end up being involved in Ragnarok. So it's all like little pieces that they're feeding us, bits here and there. I love that they've got a black woman to be Angrboda. That is what we need. I don't know if this is the first like prominent black person in God of War, but it was needed. This was something that I did notice in the 2018 title. There was a severe lack of black people in God of War, and yeah, that despite it being a perfect game, it that did upset me. So I'm very happy that they've worked on that, and they've now got someone in, and I cannot wait to see how Atreus and her are going to interact. But I'm so excited to just find out more about the new characters that have been announced. We got shown like quite a learned man who obviously isn't a fighter, and he looks like he's going to become a new ally.
You talking about Tyr?
No, not him. We'll get to him. Yeah.
Jellyfish, bro.
Obviously, Sindri and Brock return.
Nice.
And yeah, we do actually find out about Tyr. We meet Tyr, and this is the one bit that I wish that they didn't give us so early, because in the first game, I did wonder whether Tyr was actually dead. And I would have liked if they kept that mystique going, because obviously they're talking about him throughout the game. Oh, Tyr this, he could have helped us. And I would have liked it if they built that intrigue, whether, is it a thing that we're going to have to do some kind of runic spell to revive him, or are we just going to find him, or is he just like a myth? Is he not there at all? I don't know how I feel about them just giving us Tyr straight away, but I think the fact that they're giving us Tyr means that they are saving some pretty huge marbles for us when we actually get the game. So it's a small gripe. I'm not going to complain too tough.
I feel like I know why they gave us Tyr, because when I was on Twitter, I could see people going, Tyr is confirmed 8'5". He is shorter than Lady Demetresque, and I was like, oh god, the monster fuckers are out right now. They know. But literally, when I saw Venom, I was like, yes, the monster fuckers. And then I saw Tyr, and I was like, oh, monster fuckers, rise! They know what they're doing. They're securing. They're
getting the fandom.
They're getting fandom. They're getting the people who do the little drawings, which are.
What's the world come to?
They know what they're doing.
It's true. They saw how Domitresque just dominated the internet, so it makes sense. I get it. Tyr needs to get his ass on the court, really. Like, what are you doing at 8'5" and not playing basketball? Come on, man. You're in the wrong field, bro.
They're gonna be drawing pictures of him listening to The Weeknd. So call out my name.
And we finally got some much needed news on God of War. We didn't get a release date, which is the most needed news, but that's fine. It's still reported to be coming out in 2022.
Nice.
But we did find out that Ryan Hurst will be Thor, and he is...
Okay, this is the time that I was shouting, because Ryan Hurst played OP in Sons of Anarchy, so as soon as I heard that name, my brain exploded. I'm so excited. He is the perfect person to play that role, to do that voice. His voice is amazing. So good.
And as you
So good.
referenced, Isaac, he's fat.
Mhm.
And I love that.
Yeah, same. Like, canonically, it makes perfect sense. Thor, like, when you read stories about Thor, he's not even fucking birds. He's literally just drinking and killing giants. That's all he does. So of course he's gonna have a bare belly. Like, he doesn't do any exercise. He swings his hammer, which he can throw, and it always comes back to him. He doesn't need any acrobatics. Just throw it,
Mhm.
and also it never misses. It always hits its target, apparently. So yeah, makes perfect sense. But I
That
love
makes
his
so much
design.
sense.
Yeah. His design
Yeah.
is just so good. He's got the red hair, which is as he should. He's got the tats, which I love. And I'm looking at him, and in my head, I'm just thinking, I'm really underestimating him because I'm like, nah, Kratos can take this guy. What's going on? Why are we? Nah, come on. But he's gonna be a challenge. He's probably
Yeah.
gonna be quick like Baldur. He's probably gonna be strong like Magni. He's probably gonna be like one of the hardest bosses we've ever fought in all of God of War.
Oh, I
Probably
hope
harder
so.
than Zeus. And I'm really looking forward to this.
So yeah, man.
Ooh.
I am so happy that they went for a very accurate portrayal of Thor. And I'm glad that they've done this. It doesn't need to be every character who's like 6-pack and, you know, fit and built. Like, we do need a range of body types in gaming.
Like, they've already got tier for sex appeal, guys. Here comes Thor.
Yeah.
And I cannot wait to kill him. I cannot wait to kill Thor because I will be killing Thor and I will be taking Mjolnir and using it. I cannot wait for all the new weapons that we're going to have, all the new combat.
Mhm.
Oh, man, it's going to be so sick.
Oh my god, the combat brings you back to God of War 1, 2, and 3 because you can actually swing the blades at people and then either pull them into you or like go towards them. And I lost my shit when I saw that. I was like, yes, come on, Kratos, let's go. And you know, and the axe, there's probably going to be more things you can do with that. I can't wait.
Yeah. They've also announced Odin will be Richard Schiff, who was Toby in The West Wing. And I'm very excited to see that. I think when you look at Ryan Hurst and you look at Richard Schiff, they look like Thor and Odin.
Yeah.
Like they could do those roles, and I think they're going to do it justice. I can't wait to meet Odin because we saw Thor at the end of 1, and now Odin's the only one that we haven't seen yet, and they didn't show us him in the trailer.
Ooh.
Which means
I'll beat your ass.
Which means, I mean, they're saving something special for us with him.
To touch on what you said about not wanting to see Thor tear so early. In the first game, I think you see a lot of the characters before it even comes out, and there aren't that many characters in the game. I feel like it's a case where it doesn't matter if you know they're in there or not. The impact they're going to have on the game is going to be so significant. Like, we see Tyr and he's just chilling in a cell or something. Okay, I think what he's going to do is going to be like 100 times more than what we've seen in that trailer, so it doesn't matter. And the fact that we don't see Odin at all, the All-Father, who is the sole reason all this is happening, the sole reason Ragnarok is happening, because instead of him just leaving things alone and letting fate be fate, because if he just did that, then all of his problems go away. He is the biggest issue in his own life. If he just chilled out and was like, I'm the All-Father, just gonna chill out, just chill with like Mimir, who is one of the funniest guys who exist in all the 9 realms, and just watch the I think they're called the Inheria, like the people that the Valkyries pick up after battles. Just watch them have fights all day and drink with my son Thor, who's the strongest man in all the 9 realms. I'd have a great life. But no, I want to scheme, I want to plot, I want to ruin people's lives, and I want to be the reason Ragnarok happens. Fuck's sake, Odin, just chill out somewhere. Like, I can't wait for his involvement, because everyone's probably going to chat shit about him. We're going to meet him, and I feel like it's going to be a case where Atreus meets Odin before Kratos, and they become chums. I think that's what's going to happen. Atreus is going to leave Kratos mid-game and side with Odin for a little bit, I think that's what's gonna happen. Again, there's gonna be a bit of a clash because I don't see them being like best mates throughout the whole game. I don't.
Oh my days.
I don't want you to wish the evil of my child leaving me in this game as
Hey, he's going for the terrible teens. He's gonna want to, rebel a little bit, and it's just snow outside.
I can totally see it happening though.
And I don't appreciate your criticism of Odin only because if you had superpowers, are you going to be a hero or a villain? I'm gonna be a villain.
I'm gonna be
Straight up.
nothing.
I'm gonna be scheming.
I'm gonna be neutral.
I think there's a difference between being a villain and then being the author of your own demise. But that's the running gag of all mythology. Like Greek mythology is the same. Roman,
it's true though,
it's the same.
because if Zeus wasn't running around being such a legabite, he wouldn't have as many problems as he does have. So
These kids.
right.
Well, he trace it back to Kronos. He was so afraid of being murdered by one of his kids that he ate them all. But in doing
he could have just eaten one.
He gave them the vim.
Yeah.
So he could have just eaten one.
Sometimes doing nothing
But
is the right thing.
overindulged.
I don't know, because they probably would have freed the other one that got eaten.
No, eat Zeus. Problem solved.
He didn't know. That's the problem.
He didn't know which one it was.
Nah, he should have known. He could have looked at his kids and known which one was bad vibes, and it was definitely Zeus. Because Hades seems a little bit too chill for my liking, and Poseidon is Broseidon.
Wait,
So
Hades is chill? In
Hades
what world?
is chill.
In what world?
Chill.
What? Have you not played God of War 3? This is the most unchill man ever.
I mean, he's a lot more chill than Zeus. Okay, at least if it's Hades, you can leave your wife at home and not have to worry. If it's Zeus, any animal that's in your yard, you need to get rid of straight away because he will try and seduce her as a swan. So,
do you know what's funny, right? You know how you love your son, yeah? Loki's got Zeus vibes, so
you got to go too. I'm sorry.
Whoa!
I didn't call him my son. Atreus is my only son. The rest of them can go.
Fair enough.
I really liked how they continued the God of War tradition of giving the new director the reins of the game. So Cory Barlog will not be directing this new game. Eric Williams will be, who has had a hand in every God of War game to date. And that fills me with a lot of trust. It fills me with a lot of good vibes. It's someone who knows God of War. They've given their lives to this series. So who better?
What a great way to spend your life. You're getting paid to work on God of War. What? That's sick.
Bruh. Yeah, it's really cool. I thought the interviewer after the showcase did a really good job, but he asked a question that just made me scratch my head. He said something along the lines of, this game's called God of War Ragnarok. Can you confirm that Ragnarok is going to play a part in this game?
You should have said no.
Yeah, right?
No.
I didn't hate that question because it led to the director saying that Ragnarok is going to happen in this game and the game's going to be tied up, which makes me think you get God of War 2018, you get God of War Ragnarok, and that's where the Norse mythology ends. And while I'm sad that it means it's not a trilogy, I'm happy because it means, okay, this is it. In a year or two, I'm gonna get it, and I'm gonna play it, and I'm gonna know the story, and I'm gonna see what happens between Kratos and Atreus and Fimbulwinter and Ragnarok, and I cannot wait. And all the unresolved plots of God of War 2018 get resolved and solved, and I can't wait. I'm looking forward to this. I think this is going to be game of the year. If not for anyone else, just for me.
I'm pretty sure whichever year it comes out in, it's game of the year confirmed. And you know, that's just the way it is. I cannot wait for all the little storylines and all the little, how did that happen? Like Atreus using his axe and wiping out half of the elves. How did that happen? Like, there are several things that happen in the first game, and you're like, that doesn't make sense. You're gonna fill that in, right? So yeah,
certain horn being blown.
yes. Cannot wait. That makes me think that this game's gonna be super long because they kind of have a lot to cover because they've talked about Ragnarok during the first game and they're like, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, and that's fine because obviously time is cyclical in that world. But does that mean we're gonna get all of this in this game? Because we've got a lot of giants and deities that we've yet to see. we're gonna get a big game if that's the case.
But then, do we have to see all these giants and deities? Because the first game, I think, went really well, and we didn't see everyone. We saw a very small handful of the Norse pantheon. I won't say pantheon. And it was a great game, game of the year. So I think they can do a lot with a little, and I think it'd be better that way because I don't want them to try and bring in new things, and there's not enough time to wrap it up.
I think you're right. It probably will be game of the year because the only series I could think of where it might have like the same level of competition would be another Last of Us, and I don't feel we're getting enough of those. So straight shooter.
A God of War game and the Last of Us game coming out in the same year. That is good. Like, I would love to see the clash.
Imagine. I feel like they go.
Yeah. It'd definitely be those two horse race.
Yeah.
Everybody else is just here for a good time.
Yeah.
I'm just happy I got invited.
2022 is shaping up to be a mad year for gaming already. Like,
Mhm.
start saving, start making budget plans.
Just cancel your Christmas.
Our tax is changing, guys, so you need to save more money.
Does anyone have any final point on this?
Yeah, flesh out the women in God of War 2018. I say it's 'cause I'm not sure how far you've gotten into the game, Akira. I don't want to spoil anything for you.
Where are we?
Where are we?
We have killed Magni and Modi.
No, I only killed one of them.
Magni.
The other
No,
one of them
no,
went
no.
off to snitch to his dad.
Yeah.
Oh,
that-
yeah.
They was talking a lot of smack here for people who just weren't about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Oh, well, Magni was.
Magni
Like,
was about it.
Magni was sick.
Which one's Magni?
The bigger one who swung the Cyclops.
He died. So
Whoa. Here's the thing though. If he fought anyone apart from Kratos, Magni's the guy. But
he wasn't fighting
unfortunately-
Kratos. He was fighting me. So the odds were even smaller.
Whoa.
Oh yes.
No, the thing is, I wasn't even after him. I was after the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd
Who
rather
was-
the
who
other one.
was the other one?
Modi.
I was after
Modi.
Modi because Modi was harassing my child, so I was trying to beat him up, and Magni was just getting in the way. He was collateral damage.
Oh, I miss Magni. He was an actual good boss. Modi, on the other hand, waste of time.
Yeah, Magni was cool.
Harassing my
Uh,
child, and then he went off.
Yeah,
Go and
Because he's a coward.
yeah,
To go and snitch to his daddy.
burger. Mm-hmm.
Innit? He wanted to be friends. Let's be friends. Like,
Okay, let me ask you this because I think for me, I know the answer.
Mm.
Is this the best PlayStation showcase?
If for me personally, if I'm going by the whole thing, no. If I'm going for the last 3 entries, yes.
Fair enough. Akira?
I have a very bad memory, so I can't remember the previous one. So
Oh,
I'm gonna go
okay.
yes.
I'm going to say yes as well because I think it has been the most exciting one game per game. And they didn't hit it out of the park with every game that they put in, but there has been nothing really negative that I have to say about the showcase. I thought it was done well. Time was kept well. Pacing was great. I like that they had a few faces here and there, but it wasn't too much talking. And the games that they announced are the games that we've kind of known about and the games that we're kind of excited about. Like Ghostwire, that's a game that we know. That's a game that a lot of people know that they want. Forspoken, again, is in that category. And just the way that they built it, and they gave us Wolverine, and then they gave us Spiderman 2, and then they gave us God of War Ragnarok.
Yeah.
They knew their audience, and they knew where their bread was buttered. So I think for me, it's the best solo PlayStation showcase that they've ever done.
Yeah,
fair
they
enough.
definitely hit a lot of marks for this one. God of War, black protagonists. What more do you need? That's what I was looking for. Spooky games. There you go. Hit the trifecta. Bing.
But if you are watching or listening to this podcast, please let us know your thoughts. Do you think this was the best ever PlayStation showcase? If not, what would you say is the best one ever? and let us know what games you are most excited for that were announced or showcased in this massive Sony PlayStation showcase. If you are watching this podcast on YouTube, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe and tap the bell so you get notified every time we drop a video, because that all really helps us out. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram, Streamcast_. Follow us on Twitch, Streamcast TV. Check out our website, thestreamcast.co.uk, because Akira has put out a review of Shang-Chi and Legends of the Ten Rings, and it's good. It's a good read. I highly recommend it.
Well, thank you, because I loved it.
And we will be at the Develop Brighton conference, Troy and myself, on the 27th of October. We will put a link in the description so you can find out how you can catch us. But until then, and until the next podcast, please take care of yourselves and your loved ones. Stay safe, and we'll see you on the next Streamcast.